Hello, hello. How are y'all doing today? Hope y'all are doing good. It is time for more Hildibrand adventures. Specifically, the next branch, the Heavensward branch of Hildibrand. Now this one should go a lot smoother and a lot quicker than the A Realm Reborn branch, because one, this branch is just naturally shorter, and two, unlike A Realm Reborn, which had 3 trials associated to it, this one has no trials. It is the only Hildibrand branch with no, like, real combat. Like, multiplayer combat, at least. It is a thing. But yeah, this one also has a really big Final Fantasy IX reference, which is another... Hey, Goal, welcome, welcome. Which is another reason why I kind of wanted to do this now, along with me trying to get through all the currently existing branches of Hildibrand before I beat... before I unlock the next branch in, like, my actual, like, playthrough. Because... so, I believe I explained this before, but so there are a bunch of different, there's the base game A Realm Reborn for Final Fantasy XIV, and then there's a bunch of expansion packs. I am an Endwalker, and I believe I am somewhere in like one of these two, technically, for New Game, for what would be New Game Plus. I am very close, or maybe actually over here, because I think some of these are like the patches. Anyway. After I beat Endwalker, or at least, you know, the base Endwalker, I will unlock a new branch of Hildibrand, and I would like to go through that for the first time with you guys. So I am trying desperately to get through the currently, like, the ones I've already done, so that I can show you guys the new stuff with me. So we are going to do the Heavensward branch of Hildibrand. Further Hildibrand adventures. So in order to, like, explain, like, some of the backstory for the first branch, I had to, like, go into, like, 1.0, like, a whole bunch to kind of explain who the hell Hildibrand is. I don't need to so much with this one. All you really need to know, nope, not that one, is, where's the world map? So in this, we are currently in this region, Korthus, and within Korthus there is Ishgard here, which is like Elf City, kind of. And they were in like 1,000-year war with the dragons that live over here in like Dravania and the Trinity Mists. And throughout Heavensward, you eventually like slap both sides and are like, stop freaking fighting, and you stop the war, and there's like there's like peace of sorts between the Ishgardians and the dragons, but because, you know, their way of life is completely changing, because hey, they're not stuck in a 1,000-year war anymore, not everyone is super satisfied with that, and that's kind of all you need to know for backstory. It's just, hey, this city has gone through some major changes and people aren't super happy with it. Not everyone, anyway. But yeah, hey, Mixo, welcome, welcome. Further Hildibrand adventures. Nashua arrives in Ishgard in search of her mentor, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, who went flying through the skies after solving his greatest case to date. Has Eorzea's foremost gentleman and scholar once again survived against all odds, that he might lend his ever insightful eye to the residents of the Holy See? Which is also kind of like what Ishgard like calls itself. It's kind of like they're like church government. The game is once again afoot. And again, at this point in time, my character should have eyesight in this eye, but again, I can't change that without spending 10 real-life bucks, so just pretend that she has that eye still. Just pretend. And also, once again, just for Boops, if Boops ever shows up, I have fat hatchling. Just for boops. But anyway, there's Nashu, Hildibrand's assistant. A gentleman falls rather than flies. As you catch sight of Nashu, you cannot help but wonder if you are about to have a bad time. Well, I'll be from little was Falquin in the flesh. It's a pleasure to see you again. Wait, is this what they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You've got to help me find the inspector. Cora, I was hoping you would silently agree. So, I've been trying to calculate the trajectory that the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I've triple-checked my figures and concluded that he must have landed somewhere here in Ishgard. Unfortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I hoped. But now that you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come, let's speak with the merchants and see if anybody hasn't had dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander. All right. Oh yeah, and like every expansion has its own like quest accepted and quest complete jingles. It's always like, it's always something hearing like the first ones of the expansion. Gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I've had dealings with a man as you describe. All right, well, it's fine, it's fine. You don't always have to hit it off on the first one. Good day to you, madam. Oh, you're looking for someone? A gentlemanly Highlander. I know not this man of whom you speak, but mayhaps Mistress Elise does? She's well acquainted with a lot of merchants and noblemen. Mayhaps I will speak with her. Sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, but I'd not describe such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. Hey, Elise, however you say your name. And I see the weird white flickering is back, and I don't know what causes that. As ever, a warm welcome to you, miss. How may I be of service? Hey, have you seen a gentlemanly Highlander? Possibly only his legs, because he tends to crash headfirst into the ground. A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think about it, I have heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man of whom you speak. Begging your pardons, miss, but did you say that you know Inspector Hildibrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume? I do not know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmund, or so it is rumored. Edmund, I think, actually. Surely, as a word of House Fortome, it would be a trifling matter to go and ask after him at the manor. Cora, I knew it was serendipity! The Fortome Manor! Fortome? It's been a while since I've heard that name in a voice cutscene. And Ishgard is basically, French. All the elves are French. Which is, you know, fun for me. But yeah, at the start of, Heavensward, Ishgard is like a closed nation and only like select few and like residents are allowed in. And so in order to help you get in, this really nice Count Edmund, du Fortome, I think is his full name, basically adopts you so that you can come and go as you please. Well met, Mr. Swiss Falcon. Do you require assistance? Hey, welcome, welcome. Hey, we're looking for a gentlemanly Highlander. Apparently, Edmund has one as a guest. It is as you say. At this time, Lord Edmund is entertaining a foreign guest. Huzzah! We found the inspector! If I am not mistaken, their meeting should be ending shortly. If you like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guest to depart. A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem to be a responsible sort, and not like to let a wild gazebo run amok. Very well, we humbly accept your offer. I genuinely don't know what she's confusing gazebo for. I genuinely don't. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me. What do you think gazebos are, ma'am? Nashu? I knew you were still here. So again, there's this pink Lalafell that every now and then, if Nashu is around... Isn't there an old role-playing joke about a player who thought a gazebo was a monster? Oh! Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a reference to that. I completely forgot about that story. Yeah, maybe it's a reference to that. That would make a lot of sense. But yeah, every now and then I'm going to try to keep my eye out if Nashu's out and about in the world because, hey, this guy is going to be nearby. And again, there's not going to be any payoff. Not until the next branch of Hildibrand. Just remember that he is here. With what powerful magics did they tame this dreadful fiend? I don't know. Anyway, let's wait for Count Edmund and his guest to see if it is indeed Hildibrand. That must be Inspector Hildibrand. Cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I found the brisk Corthian air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates the body and mind both. A welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise. There you are, Inspector. I've been looking all over for you. I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but two of my beloved son's faithful companions. Hey, Godbird, I think this is the most dressed I've ever seen you. You're actually dressed for the weather. Lord Godbird, but I thought... Hey, we're looking for your son. Have you seen him? Hildy and Ishgard. This is the first I've heard of it. Aha! I found you at last, heretic! Yes, you! The hulking brute with the mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. So again, Ishgard is a church state. After the events of Heavensward, they are trying to make efforts of, like, separating church from state, but, again, that is supposed to just recently have happened, and so, you get some people like this guy. I beg your pardon. This man is an Oldon merchant, here at the behest of horse, God. Let me try this again. Why is reading so hard? I've been doing this for like 2 years. You think I'd be better at this by now? I beg your pardon. This man is an Oldon merchant, here at behest of House Forton. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Forton, then he couldn't possibly... Oh, never mind. There goes your pants, if you had any in the first place. I'm certain you did, like, one camera angle ago. God damn it, Godbert. Though, there were those two wards that they were acquitted of all charges in a trial by combat. And if he demands the right to, they will personally have to... Oh, dear. A thousand apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I am Seer, and, as you may have guessed, I am an inquisitor who has been charged with investigating reports of rather suspicious and possibly heretical individual. Oh, a heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me? Aye, a man rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say. Well, that sounds like just the man we're looking for. This heretic sounds like the spitting image of Inspector Hildibrand. Could he be a fan? Say again. You were acquainted with such a man. Yeah, kinda. I see. And the man you were looking for is Lord Godbert's son. It would seem that our investigations may be connected. So, I put to you a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I am tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should journey there together? It is, after all, possible that we are seeking the selfsame individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be best if you were present when I apprehend him, that we might resolve this matter without incident. Well, do you have to apprehend him in the first place? I say we go with him, friend Lona. This looks like our best lead yet. Certainly does seem to be. Then I shall accompany you home. It has been far too long since I laid eyes on my beloved son. If there's a chance that we might be reunited, I would be glad to seize it. Then it is settled. We shall leave for Falcon's Nest at once. Oh yeah, this is the guy who basically adopts us to help us out in Heavensward. Alright, to Falcon's Nest? Yes, to Falcon's Nest. Let's go. Oh, they actually wanted you to, like, walk here on foot. Oh, well. It's fine. Hello, sir. Have you seen a gentlemanly Highlander? Or his legs? Mistress was Falgwin. Are, these your, traveling companions? Mysterious muscular vagabond. Yes. A patrol sighted him lurking near the dusk vigil. Thinking that he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I'm surprised that you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Aha! The unmistakable scent of heresy! Buddy, this is potentially our friend you're talking about. Terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know. I will not rush to judgment as before. Still, as much as I hope that you find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late, there has been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. Isn't that a good thing? It's gotten so bad that some are speculating our funding may be reduced, or worse, that the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, Halone as my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice, and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. Buddy, that doesn't sound good. Do I need to ACAB you? Also, Godbert, what happened to your coat? Aren't your legs cold? Why are you still wearing the boots? Yes, I understand you have your reasons, but whether or not this vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you are set upon your course, you might begin your search near the Dusk Vigil. Just turn down the game slightly. An excellent suggestion, Sir Redwald. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured that you will share in the glory. I love how he's just like, yeah, go away. The hunt continues. Onward to the Dusk Vigil. I am told the region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. I don't think you need to be talking to me about that. But also maybe Godbert just runs warm. Oh, he still has the gloves too. He just ditched the coat. Well, wait, if we need a dress for the weather. Let's make sure our chocobo is nice and warm too. There we go. Hell yeah. They're adorable. Look at my baby. I love him. He's massive. Because your chocobo is basically always to scale to your player character. So if you play as a large character like I am, your chocobo is also massive. If you play as a tiny character like a Lalafell, your chocobo is also tiny. It's really funny. But yeah, these are the outer reaches of Ishgard. It's a depressing and snow-covered place. And also, as you may have possibly noticed, its maps are huge. Like, compared to the areas in A Realm Reborn. So it takes a while to fly through them. Anyway, Inspector Hildibrand? Why did you lose the... Okay, you know what? You're probably fine. Look, it's frozen. Wait, does that mean the fish are frozen too? I doubt it, because I believe when a lake freezes, it is only the, like, top layer. And the fish are fine underneath. I trust you were managing. Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. Meanwhile, Godbert. This land has a beauty all its own, don't you think? Pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it. How aren't you, cold buddy? How are you doing this? Also, nice crop top. Fury, take me, it's freezing! But this is a waste of time. No living thing could survive in this god's-forsaken wasteland. You know there are several outposts of people who live here, right? Oh, over there, look! Someone's coming from the vigil! Inspector! Inspector, is that you? Well, the outfit's right, kind of. Except for the head. As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Hildibrand's compatriots, how fare you all this fine evening? Hark! A heretic raised by the dead by his brother's unholy magics! He's not a heretic. He's one of the gentle dead men. What brings you so far from Oldal, good sir? Well, as you may know, ours is a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. And I was chosen to serve as emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. Yeah, so that's an optional... Is it an optional dungeon or is it story required? It might be story required, I don't remember, it's been a while. But yeah, you go through the Dusk Vigil, which is a dungeon where there's a bunch of frozen corpses and zombies as enemies. And so that was basically what our character was telling him. That, oh yeah, no, there were zombies in the Vigil. Not anymore though, we killed them all, again. Truly, every last one dead. That is to say, irrevocably dead. If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is little more than disappointing, you understand. Then, my calculations were wrong? The inspector didn't land in Corthus? No, do not fret so. If it is our overlord you seek, then you are in luck. As the founder of the Gentle Deadmen, our fates and our ether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now. Truly, good sir, you can guide us to Inspector Hildibrand? As sure as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. Hell yeah, I love friendly zombies. You good there, Seer? I know this is probably outside your comfort zone. One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. 'Tis a vile, insidious sickness which must needs be burnt out ere the infection takes hold. Surely zombification would qualify, yes? Probably, but you're better off focusing your efforts elsewhere. Confound it, they left us behind. Welcome to the world of Hildibrand, Seer. You probably will not enjoy your stay. And I apologize for it. Don't call it a comeback. Seer's look of utter confusion is one you know all too well. Who do you think they are commandeering this investigation and employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. We must regain control of the situation. With me, Fernlona. All right. If you think you can contest with, like, Godbert and Nashu, but mostly Godbert. Godbert's scary. Also, I need to figure out why, like, certain geometry, like, flickers white every now and then. I completely forgot about that. Because it only happens when I play this game on this computer. If I play it on, the computer I typically use for streaming, it doesn't. So it's like, all right. I guess one of my settings is unhappy. Sicknesses want to spread and fester, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? I mean, he doesn't seem to want to eat us, so probably. Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration. You do you, buddy. Inspector? Inspector! Hold a moment, my friends. I must needs concentrate. Master Hildibrand is indeed nearby, but there's also something else. Mayhap a powerful magic confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area. Now, see here. These wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up? Verlona can handle herself, true, and you've clearly no reason to fear for death. But what of Mistress Nashu? I take your meaning. My good zombie, Verlona. Pray see to the lady's protection. Inquisitor Seer, would you care to take the lead? Come on, you two. The inspector's out there somewhere. Hopefully we can find him. And luckily, I have a little mini-map that tells me exactly where to go and exactly where to find him. It's very handy, the power of a mini-map. If only I had one in real life. Those sculpted legs clad in gentlemanly trousers. I know them. Oh, yep, over there. I think we have found our inspector. I wonder how long till someone makes glasses with a mini map. God, that would be that would be handy. I don't even like need glasses, but like having that would be so helpful. Look, Verlona, that's got to be the inspector. And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos. Nay, my lady, they are not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Fearsome yet fastidious foes who would sure tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Yep, we found them, the gazebos. Only Verlona can say Master Hildibrand now. All right, just leave it to me. I'm like, what, level 90, and these guys are going to be like 60? I think I got this. Yeah, I think I got this. Sorry, Gentleman Yeti. I didn't even summon my carbuncle. Well, those looked like his legs. Inspector? Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh, but this just won't do. We've got to get you out of there before you catch cold. Okay. Maybe try digging him out first? Okay. Up and at them! Everyone is waiting for you! We're just gonna sit here and vibe as they struggle. Forgive me if I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. There you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something? A fairy take me. Is that my heretic? Confound it, I wanted him alive. Inspector Hildibrand is definitely not a heretic, and he's probably not dead either. He's just hibernating, like last time. Who he ever was a late riser? Fear not, my wife and I had our ways of waking him. We know the score. We know to get away. Especially when he gets naked, because then he's at his most powerful. Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Vanderbilt, it's time to get up right this instant! Or something. I didn't get to read that first line. It went by so fast. Up they go. God, what a sight to wake up to. Again, the Hildibrand questline is where the animators test the limits of the skeletons. Godbert, you dug him in deeper. Was it the Manderville meteor strike or the Manderville meteor drive? Maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time, then. Out you go. Well, doesn't that look familiar? Splendidly suplexed, Lord Godbert. Where am I? The snowy wastelands of Corthus? And who are these people I see before me? Come on, surely you remember us. But of course, who else would venture into hospitable climes and wake me from my, from slumber sweet but my beloved fans? Why do I feel as though I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by the laws of logic? Welcome to Hildibrand. As I said earlier, I don't think you're going to enjoy your stay. You'll get used to it. What is that? A mammoth? Where did it come from? So yeah, mammoths are basically little, puppets. Automated puppets. Oh, that! When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow. A little Lalafellan girl! How adorable! Nashu, please, note the firm, muscular legs, not unlike my own. 'Tis clearly a Lalafellan boy. Now that you mention it, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot possibly be serious. I am the very soul of seriousness, good sir, especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity. Ow! Ow! Godbert! No! Stop! There, that ought to do it.
What is this place? Who am I?
God.
I remember nothing.
'Tis not all creation that cannot be repaired with a little tender love and care. Is that what you call flashbanging my screen several times? Master Zombiebrand is alive and full of beans. It is a miracle. He's full of something, all right. I guess it could be beans. Surely there's a perfectly logical explanation for all of this. Inspector Hildibrand's back, and he brought a friend. He sure did. A very familiar-looking friend. It would seem that although Father's ungentle ministrations served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory.
How did I get here? Who am I? Why can I not remember?
Do not worry, young man. Everything will be all right. Take it from me. I have lost my memory more times than I can even remember. If what happened last time is any indication,
Then can you help me to remember?
hearken to me now, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesic hobbledehoy. That is not a word I am used to.
Wonderful, wonderful! I'll get started on a batch of Nashu's Delights.
Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young, I suspect that young Gigi here, lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach.
Gigi, is that my name?
When you woke, you were muttering, "Gee, gee, 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 gee." I suspect that the phrase may hold some significance for you. So, until such a time as we learn your real name, I say why not adopt it as a playful moniker? So here's the thing, whenever I see the name, I want to say Gigi, but because Gigi is probably closer to the noise that this thing would make, I don't know how to pronounce this thing's name. And I'm gonna try to stick to Gigi, but I'm gonna probably mess up a couple times. But that's the sound, that's just the sound all mammoths make. What kind of imbecile goes names a mammoth Gigi anyway? The goldsmith. The goldsmithing guild. Don't worry about it.
Gigi, I like this name. Thank you, kind sir, but how will this new name help me to remember who I am?
Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next, we will return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. Look, there's even the, hat fidget animation. Now that I know that our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Bound for Thanalan, then allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer. Though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. Alright. Be safe, I guess? I don't know if you need that, but, you know, sentiment. This is rather a lot to digest, though you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. I have a feeling he's going to get in anyway. Are we being watched again? Back in the Foundation. There. Alright, Seer, what's up? Fury, take me, that man. Fernlona. I suppose that you've heard the news then, that Inspector Hildibrand was cleared of all suspicion and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity. If you're looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to gods know where with that mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the Dusk Vigil, a sickness which has since been purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now. I have no doubt that the Inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, and when he does, trouble is sure to follow. Hey, look, you're learning! Congratulations! Nice face for Seer. Thanks, man. And then there's Geeky. See you, Inspector. Ichiban-san kind of did work there a little bit. Hey, Boops, welcome, welcome. The Geeky situation. Seer must once more enter into a world he does not quite understand. So again, the Hildibrand quests are added in. Yeah, Geeky. We just met them. This is what I meant by the Final Fantasy IX reference. Geeky even has like the little hat adjust animation. But yeah, again, the Hildibrand quest lines are often added, or not often, but they are always added in during the patches after an expansion drops. So each of those end cards is supposed to be like, okay, that was one patch worth of Hildibrand quests. And now we are on the second patch of Hildibrand quests for this. I pray this eve finds you well, Fernlona. Or at least better than it finds me. Seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his mammoth to me. 'Twas unearthed under most suspicious circumstances after all, and who can say what secrets, or heresy, it might hold. Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it is in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? I don't think I can, but I'll be willing to watch. Fury be praised, at least you have seen reason. Let us pray he will as well. I am given to understand that while the inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with the mammoth in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fortom Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. The ferocious gazebo? There's the Lalafell again! Soon there will be a payoff. Next time I do the next branch, there will be payoff to you in your existence. Soon.
To the very pinnacle of the heavens.
Isn't she adorable? Verily, shall we scour all creation, from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Every day shall be filled with great adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends.
Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells.
Just so, such as the creed of Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire.
The mimicking the pose. I love Gigi.
Well posed, Gigi, well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplar. I can't fucking read, help me. What is it about this game and me being unable to read this dialogue aloud? I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority invested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hell, can we chill? Can we chill with the words? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you surrender that mammoth of suspected heretical origin into my custody. Why, hello there, Ferlona, and Inspector Sear, ever the jester, accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic when it's his plain to see he is merely a precocious young lad. Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl. As if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity. Nashu, please, were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandervillian masculinity mere moments ago? That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. They're just having to pose off. I do love the character development your character goes through, because through a lot of A Realm Reborn, your character is very much acting like how Seer does. I'm just like, what the hell is happening? What's going on? And then even now, in just the second part of Hildibrand, the second Hildibrand adventures you could possibly have, your character's immediately just like, yep, uh-huh, I know what happens now, I'm used to this. Mistress Wisfalquin, Inspector Seer, what is all this commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard. Oh, Lord Edmund, my sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I'm come to seize this mammoth on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the inspector before you arrived. At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi a boy or a girl? Does it matter? 'Tis clearly a strapping young lad, no? I love Edmund so much. Fury, take me, not you two! Has the whole world gone mad? Fine, fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat. I beg your pardon. Miraculous resuscitation. We found him in the snow and Godbert whacked him with his hammer a couple times. I see. Then until such a time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I'll even stand witness here and now if you wish. Adopt? Then that would make me Gigi's father. Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course, I will do it! I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville!
Papa Hildy! Papa Hildy!
The Inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful. And now Gigi really is somebody's son. Quite. Now that you two no longer fear the Inquisition, you are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap by the grace of Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmund. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant and my beloved son, we must away. Oh, Halone, I would not presume to question your grand design, but... God, confound it all! Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoths, but I am still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Maybe you should kind of give up while you're ahead. Maybe. Just a piece of advice. Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear that his son is as healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle on another's father's behalf, and certainly not without his consent. Alright, follow Gigi. Where did you go? You're over here somewhere. There you are. Cora, look at all them halberds. I've never seen a well-armed building before. Yeah, huh? I think it's bush. There are a lot of halberds on this building, huh? Never actually stopped and looked at it. How long must I stand around and wait for the man to do something passably heretical? Hey, maybe don't. Again, don't make me ACAB, you asshole. I will do it. Judging by the size of their estate, they've wealth to rival House Manderville. Come now, Gigi. Gigi. Fuck. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Isgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Durin Male Tompsart. Pray do not fill the mammoth's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I am quite certain there is no house Durin Male Tompsart, and that is a ludicrous portmanteau of the four high houses, including that esteemed house which but recently stood witness as your adoption, or to your adoption. Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? No, nothing. I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let us make way to the holy stables that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. Hell yeah, chocobo time? Chocobo time? Oh yeah, Boobs, just for you, I have Fat Hashling following us around again. I forgot to point it out. I guess that's the closest one, yeah. Yep, our son. Patience, patience. A watched heretic never sins. It's like you're begging for me to ACAB you, buddy. Such noble creatures, chocobos. How many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing along the windswept plains? So if I wanted hair that color, I'd have to eat plums, valfruits, and pineapples, but how many? Okay, so that is a reference to, how you can change your chocobo's color. There are a bunch of very specific fruits that will add color value to your chocobo, but you also have to eat them in a specific order because, like, forget the exact values, but let's say like plums add like blue and valve fruits add red. Valve fruits would also decrease the amount of like let's say plums add blue, valve fruits add red, and pineapples add yellow. Eating like the blue for plums will add to the hidden like blue score, but it will remove some from the red and yellow scores. And also, if you like cap out at a number, eating more of that color isn't going to help. So if it's like if you hit the max of like blue and then you keep eating more blue fruit and then you like eat a red fruit that like lowers the blue, it's still going to be like, you know, like however much the red removes from the cap. Like you can't like overcap. So there's like literally a website that will like act as a calculator for you that you can input, hey, here's my Chocobo's current color. This is the current color I want. What do I need to feed my Chocobo and in what order? It's a weirdly complex system to change your Chocobo's color. Splendid specimens of horse bird flesh, would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. These Chocobos are the pride of Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the Chocobos, it might help.
It didn't.
You know, just because you found him in a Corthian snowbank, it doesn't mean that he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to take him to the markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. You're doing well. Better than Briarden. You'll get used to it, I promise. I believe in you.
But I want one! I want one! Buy me a Chocobo, please, Father! Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Get.
I saw him! The pig Lalafell! He was in the cutscene! I saw him for a split second!
Am I that strange-looking?
Now he is gone. He was back there. Again, I apologize for the weird flashing the geometry does. I don't know how to fix that, because I don't know what's causing it, because it's so random. Would it have been faster to... maybe. Possibly. What if I picked one with my eyes closed and give it as a name gift to myself? Oh, I wonder what I'd get me. Receive your orders, detain your heretic, meet your quota. Fury take me, it used to be so simple. Frightening on occasion, I grant you, what with my mentor's little episodes, but simple nonetheless. These goods would fetch a high price in Ul'dah.
Well, what about you, Gigi? How do you feel? Do you remember anything? Why bother? It's no use.
Now, Gigi, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with great adventures and the eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits!
Uh-oh.
My word, a vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon! Could this be the opening salvo of an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least look before you strike a pose. Gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last estimate. And 'twas over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. 100 million gil! Oh, Alone, why have you forsaken me?
Even I don't have that much gil. Or do I? How much gil do I have? I don't remember.
Well, would you look at that?
Hey, be careful. That's how you broke in the first place. Be careful, buddy.
It's a miracle. Hey, the divine intervention of the Fury herself.
Did I do that?
Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous. You were a born artisan, just like father.
Papa Hildy's papa?
Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin. Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin. You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death. Wonder if there's a fat chocobo emote like on one of the emote sharing things. Maybe. Surely there's gotta be. When she and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Do not demean the mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand that you all acknowledge it.
This mammoth.
Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless vase. My word, this is what passes for trade in Ishgard. Gigi is my flesh and blood. I will not sell him at any price.
Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth.
Gigi, what has ever gotten into you? You are my son. You are a Manderville man.
Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Manderville girl, through and through. Stop it, both of you. You're not my papa or my mama. Gigi, no, come back. Gigi.
Oh, children do say the most hurtful things. The unmistakable scent of, well, not heresy, perhaps. Regardless, that mammoth's power cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Well, it is only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I.
I say we find out what's got him thinking that he's a mammoth.
But he is a mammoth. How can you not? Never mind. Just so we're clear, you do agree that it's mammoth, right? You don't honestly believe that, you know? Or you don't honestly believe that, you know. I mean, if Gigi wants to be a real boy, then why not?
I'm sure he didn't mean what he said about his Papa Hildy, which means... He thinks I'm his mama?
I guess. Yeah, our other son. The measure of a mammoth. Hildibrand knows in his heart that love transcends dimensions of time and space, definitions of man and machine. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildibrand, guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son.
That's the spirit. Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead.
Sierra, ignore that last one. Ignore that last one, please. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, no, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding the mammoth. We should begin by speaking with the sentry stationed at the city gates in the airship landing. If, Fury help us, he has left Ishgard, we need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy, while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we'll regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed! All right. Sounds good to me. Let's go find the guard. So that we can find where our other son went. Listen, if you look like Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, you are just automatically one of my sons. It's that easy. It's that simple. Little fellow with a wide brim hat. He came through here. Bought passage on a supply ship bound for the Falcon's Nest. One of them was named Lollaville's, right? Funny little buggers. Seemed keen to be anywhere but here. Alright, well, he's left the city, unfortunately. Well, if Gigi has left the city, it was not by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. Yeah, this guard found him. He apparently left this way. The Falcon's Nest? Fury take me. We must return to that freezing pit of despair? Wherever Gigi goes, I will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the wind. Really? He seemed to be in no mood to frolic when I last saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend a vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was, in fact, a mammoth. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose, and so he returned to Western Corthis, that famous breeding ground for heresy where we first found him. Home to his heretic masters to share with them the intelligence that he has gathered in the city. At last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, unmistakable scent of heresy. I'm gonna slap you. What are we standing around for? We've got a heretic to catch. I will slap you. Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Seer might not think very highly of our little girl. It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Until such a time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him around the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu, that is the Manderville way. I would love to know what you call subtle. I would love to know what you call subtle. Because, yeah, again, going with the chocobo color thing, as you can see, I have colored my chocobo. They are no longer yellow, but are like ice blue. I have also dressed them up for the weather, because it is cold. I can't allow my chocobo to be cold now, can I? I would know these tiny footprints anywhere. Gigi came this way. Yeah, they also have a cute hat, exactly. Oh, even her footprints are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions. Yeah, fancy that. It's so cozy. Listen, it's cold. I need my chocobo to be warm. Aha, I knew it! The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl went afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them that she doesn't want any. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments. Of insight. Baby Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her that her grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers. Fat baby Chocobo's fine because he has mini blubbers. Exactly, don't worry. This son is, perfectly happy? Question mark? Isn't that just the face of somebody who's blissed out? And definitely not in, like, discomfort. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The self-same ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father. What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Manderville beckons. I really can't be bothered. Gigi, where did you go? We miss you, and we love you. We just want you to be safe. Tracks continue to the north. Or northwest, rather, according to my mini-map. On one note, hey you two, what's up? On the other note, what have you guys done? Come now, you have to do better than that! I'm glad you two are having fun. Pal, right in the kisser. That's not her accent. The mammoth lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. Gigi, you okay? I hope you're faring better than the deer. Ugh, my head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Oh, Gigi, if you want to have a small snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem that he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks. These dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven headfirst in the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions, several times from mountains above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. I expect the earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you nodding?
Why are you nodding? Oh, he's behind me, isn't he?
What good fortune to cross paths with you, lot, so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed with my duel with Julian. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us?
Grandpapa Godbert! Mama Nashu says that you wield the powers of life and death. I beg you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy.
I know he's a skilled goldsmith, but... Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little.
I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy.
That's how you know he's serious.
Hey, look, see, he's learning.
You back away when Godbert gets naked. Then let us begin.
Well, he's on a proper Lalafell body now. This body, it's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert, thank you.
Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. By your guide my hammer.
That's a limit break. That was a limit break animation.
Oh, our son is big now. Oh, our son is big now. Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Papa Hildy.
Yeah, there's a bit of peach in this scene, a little bit.
Gigi!
That doesn't look like hug animation. That doesn't look like a hug animation, not to me. Maybe that's just how Manderville show affection. Maybe this is just how Manderville show affection. Yeah, with the clothesline. Look, see, he's happy. He's proud. He loves it. Look, he's even doing the Manderville.
Now that brings back some memories.
You're working and you keep peeking at the screen and you're so confused every time you look back. Welcome to Hildibrand. Nothing here makes sense ever. As Seer put it, we have entered a portal into a dimension where the laws of logic no longer apply.
Papa Hildy, oh dear, who could have done such a thing?
By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again. Miraculously restored to its original form. Gigi, my boy, upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable. And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Is that what has been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Manderville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Manderville mammoth." Yeah, dude, the little pose. Yeah. Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances have forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods, I knew he was fond of the mammoth, but did you hear that woman? Our son's got himself a son. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandpapa Godbert. It all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julian. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julian. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Yeah, exactly how does Julian feel about this? And what's so bloody grand about it? I love Julian. Because much like how Godbert is supposed to be a goldsmith, which is one of the crafting classes in this game, Julian is supposed to be a culinarian, another crafting class. Crafting classes cannot do combat. And yet, she has a weird mix of warrior and dark knight effects, which are both tank classes. I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggering mammoth. It is past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. And again, Julian continues to be one of the only things in this entire game that your player character is canonically scared of. Fury, take me. I've heard tales of Dark Knights before, but no, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something for worse. Heretical, like as not, but worlds be damned, I am not risking my life to find out. Cool, another cutscene. They're mad. Utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I will never understand. Yeah, I don't really understand it either because, Godbert is supposed to be one of the 6 richest people in Ul'dah, and it is said that he got that wealth from being the owner of, the Gold Saucer. But if you take how the Gold Saucer works in gameplay, there's no way he makes money off of it. Because the Gold Saucer prevents you from buying Gold Saucer points with money, with like gil in-game money, if you have more than a certain amount of points. Which is like, what do you mean? And two, if that's an actual practice, there's no goddamn way this place makes money. There's no way the Gold Saucer turns a profit in universe. Well, at least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't even know a mammoth could have an existential crisis. With Hildibrand, all things are possible. Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth. Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Fear take me, their idiocy is infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior, one step at a time. One step at a time. Can we stop being stalked? Please? This keeps happening in Hildibrand, and I don't appreciate it. Alright, Seer, where are you? Right then, my superiors, having been informed on the mammoth's adoption by House Manderville, as witnessed by House Forton, proceeds to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced that the mammoth is the product of heretical machinations and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken his quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say that there is something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase and itself to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I've ever seen before. Yeah, he's certainly unique now, isn't he? By the way, the alphabet used here is the in-universe alphabet. And it actually does like work basically exactly as a cipher to English. Like this part literally just says Hildibrand, like Inspector Hildibrand. A gazebo to call our own. Seer may be the only man who has yet to drink from the well of madness. Please take the drink the Kool-Aid. It's going to be much, much easier for you if you do. That you stand before me is proof that Haloni smiles upon me this day. I have need of your assistance, Verlona, and before you think to run away and scream in terror, I pray you hear me out. It concerns the esteemed, and now missing and presumed dead, Knights of the Heavensward. None have returned to the capital since all the unpleasantness began, yet recently we have heard rumors of these honored sirs walking about the streets. So yeah, the Knights of the Heavensward, were essentially the guard to the, Pope King of Ishgard. At the very end of Heavensward, you kill them all. Because they all turn into primals, which, again, is this universe version of, like, the summons. Specifically, they turn themselves into the knights around. which is actually kind of fun. But yeah, you did indeed kill every single last one of them. Oops. Don't tell him that though. "'Tis heresy most foul, I say, and I mean to get to the bottom of it. But we will need all the help that we can get, which means, Fury take me, we could benefit from a certain individual's serendipity." Yeah, destruction, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Listen, if we didn't kill them, they were going to then use their, like, god brainwashing primal powers to re-rage war on the dragons and enlist all of Ishgard, unwittingly or no, to war with the dragons. And it's like, buddy, I just yelled at all of you to stop fighting the dragons. I'm trying to make peace here. You need to stop. Besides, if we don't seek him out, he's like to show up at the worst possible time anyway. At least this way it'll be on our terms, and then we can keep on that boy. Mammoth! Mammoth! Yes, right. Oh, you must be wondering why I asked you to come. Well, you and the inspector seem to enjoy a natural rapport, so, yeah, I'll help you out. Praise Heloni. For a moment I was afraid that you'd make me beg. This may well be my last chance to prove my worth to my superiors, and if I can't... to Fortune Manor! I know I said I would wouldn't stream, like, the actual, like, story of this game because it would take too long. Part of me is trying to figure out how to do that anyway. And for the most part, I think I actually could stream this game on a New Game Plus run. Because for all story-mandated dungeons and stuff, I could do it with NPCs and not have to wait for queue times. The only times I would have to, wait for queue would be, the trials, because you can't do those with NPCs. The part that is a killer is if I decide to show you guys what the Alliance raids are like. Because the queue times for those can, be kind of abysmal. And I'm not certain if I could unsync them? Because, when you do, anything in this game, your level is most likely going to be synced to whatever. Like, you know, I do here, and it's like, like, you can't do this level until you're 16. If you're higher than 16, you'll, be level synced to 19. Like, that whole thing. But if you go into settings, you can turn on unrestricted party. Which means that, you get to keep your level, and you don't have to follow the, like, proper format of, like, you know, 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. You can do whatever you want. So it's like I could turn that on and, like, solo most things, but there are certain mechanics for Alliance raids that require at least 3 people. So I am uncertain how that would work if I tried to do it solo. But part of me is like, what if I did show you guys 14? What if I did? If I did do it, it would not be for a while, though. I have like, for at least the Sunday, Wednesday games, I have a long list of games I want to get through first. Wonder if I would just have enough DPS to outlive mechanics. Yeah. It's like, I mean, for like the early ones at least, I would definitely be able to have enough like HP/DPS to survive. It's like some of the things to like functionally work would be weird without having the minimum of 3 people. But bye, Papa Hildy. Little Gigi's been a very naughty girl. Because Alliance raids, again. So you have dungeons which are like, you know, 1 to 4 players, again, with the 1 to 4... You're no longer doing it with 4 players, but you can also solo it.
Then you have trials. Most early game trials are also 4 players, 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS. Later they become 8 for 2 tanks, 2 healers, 4 DPS. Same for regular raids. They are also 8 players, 2 tank, 2 healer, 4 DPS. Alliance raids, however, are 3 parties of 8 of 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS for 24 players. And that's what I meant by a minimum of 3 people, because like typically like each alliance needs to do something. Some things like that in World of Warcraft, and you imagine other things too, where they had like vehicle fights that you had to use a mechanic to get through things, and so you couldn't just out-damage them because some stages of the fight would trigger based on boss HP and lock you into phases. Yeah. Because, Gigi, such behavior is unbecoming a gentleman.
But why, Papa Hildy? Why is it unbecoming a gentleman?
What's going on? What did Gigi do? What did Gigi do? Yeah, we just want to play by ourselves. Again, this game's actually pretty friendly with allowing you to do things by yourself. It's literally just, like, in terms of mandated content, it is literally just trials that you have to do with other people. Most everything else is either a specific solo instance where you're automatically fighting with NPCs, or with dungeons, you can, like, grab a party of NPCs and, like, run it through with them. Obviously, NPCs aren't going to be as effective as human players, but you actually can. It's if you do, trials and side dungeons, raids, and stuff, is where you have to have other people. If you just care about the main story, the MSQ, you can actually get through a good chunk of it solo, and not having to interact with anybody else. Inquisitor Seer, Ferlona, good evening to you both. Are you come as Adoyan fans or on business? Business, always business, you may rest assured. Then I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am at your service. Is it robbery, murder, tax evasion? Evasion? Wait, before we get to that, what's going on here? As much as it pains me to admit, my beloved Gigi, the apple of my eye, the fruits of my loins, okay, attempted to deface this lovely gazebo. Naturally, as his father, it falls to me to see him return to the straight and narrow. That's not true. I was drawing a family crest for our home. Now, Gigi, I know you were fond of this gazebo, as we all are, but it belongs to Lord Edmund. You wouldn't want to steal from Uncle Edmund, would you? I guess not. Then where is our gazebo, Papa Hildy? And does it have a warm stove with a steaming kettle too? Oh, Gigi, don't you see? We have no need of kettles or gazebos. As gentlemen inspectors, the world is our oyster. We can go whither we please, where the red fern grows or the wild rose blooms. How do you know that phrase? Wild rose blooms is a, like, phrase that it's like a password that you learn in some of the AOR main story. And it's like, it is the correct password for a certain thing. And after that, almost every single time where you're given a dialogue option of, like, what's the password, where the wild room blows is almost, or blooms rather, is almost always an option. And it's like, we're never going to let go of this. The fact that this was the password once to a thing. And yet you've been sleeping in Lord Edmund's gazebo for how long? I don't care about wild roses. I want to live in a gazebo with Papa Hildy and Mama Nashu. Gazebos are quite expensive and dangerous if not domesticated. Dangerous indeed, my boy. And besides, we are gentlemen inspectors, free to travel the length and breadth of Eorzea in search of a case. Does that not sound more thrilling than whittling away the hours beneath a gazebo?
I guess. It's a case you want, you need not go far. We are currently investigating reports of individuals masquerading as the Knights of the Heavensward. These contemptible charlatans are rumored to have tricked several hapless maidens into attending private parties for a small fee, with the promise of enjoying the company of these great sirs. Those who were foolish enough to attend found their experiences to be so traumatizing that they have refused to discuss them in detail. Needless to say, your assistance in this matter would be greatly appreciated, and for which you shall receive due compensation. Say no more, Inquisitor, say no more. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, am well versed in the ways of the fairer sex. Since when? Mummy, Mother dearest, I was under the impression that you had departed for Ul'dah. And leave my beloved boy to keep playing at being an inspector as well as a father to a bloody mammoth? Bugger that, you're coming home right this instant! How can you say such things? It is my life's calling to be an inspector, and Gigi is my son. He is a Manderville man. Grand as it is to see you, you have come at the most inopportune time. The young women of Ishgard are in need of a champion to defend them from fiends most foul. Come, Nashu, come, Gigi. We shall just demonstrate to my mother our peerless investigative skills and bring these criminals to justice. Falls balls, he's stubborn. Probably gets it from a sorry arse of a father. I trust you'll lot will help me keep him out of trouble. Right then, come along. Yes, ma'am. Anything you say, ma'am. Don't hit me with your frying pan, please. Well, that could have gone better. And worse. Let's not keep them waiting. Hello, do you have problems? Please, do you think me so foolish as to fall for their charade? Charade? They'd probably say it's charade. Because I know it's both. From what I've heard from the others, said knights bore not even the slightest resemblance to the Heavensward. As if I had not already memorized every detail of my Sir Adafil's face. Oh, wherever could he be? Definitely not in the heavens. Don't worry about it. I am truly outside her grace. My allowance all gone to waste on those... Ugh, I dare not say it. Mayhap those awful rumors are true. Mayhap I needs accept that he now walks in Hallone's halls. Well, here's everybody else. What in the seven hells is so damn appealing about getting paid a pittance for doing the watch's job for him? Huh. There's the Lola fell again! I see you! I see you, buddy! You cannot hide from me. If the knights aren't supposed to, you know, then why are they so popular with the highborn ladies? I don't know. How are you two doing? Who needs a gazebo? I do. There must be at least one fair maiden who can tell us something of value. I can say one thing with absolute confidence. They are all quite mad. I mean, understandably so. I demand satisfaction, swift and terrible vengeance. How dare they prey upon a lady's emotions and to line their pockets with gil? If Sir Charibert was here, he'd purge a lot of them like the festering sickness they are. Yes, pity he too remains missing. So very much a pity. Papa Hildy, Papa Hildy. That grandmama over there is staring at us. Now, Gigi, a gentleman must be more careful with his words. First of all, you only have one grandmother. Second, and this is tremendously important, never, ever call her that. At least, not yet. Promise? Yes, Father, I promise not to call Grandmama Julian Grandmama Julian. Uh-oh. Greetings, milady. Oh, aren't you a bloody charmer? And there I was thinking that I might have to rip your bloody head off if you said the G word one more time. Like that, Papa Hildy? Yeah, but he's so cute, Julian. Come on, how could you ever rip this guy's head off? Even if he is a puppet, he's clearly alive. Come on. He's just a little guy. He's just a little baby. My faithful assistants. Have you gleaned any new information? Other than the fact that those women scorn seem to detest the fake knights with every fiber of their being? These two women were telling me all about what they do if they cornered Sir... Is this the best you can do, then? Bloody-oldest and girlest fantasies? And you call yourself a Manderville man? I assure you, Mother, we are only just getting started. The tapestry of lies and deception behind which the truth of it I can't read his goddamn dialogue. The tapestry of lies and deception behind which the truth hides is oft unraveled with the tug of a single loose thread. Also, apologies if I'm kind of sniffly. I think I'm possibly catching a cold. The back of my throat keeps being dry no matter how much I drink, which is normally my body's first indication of like, hey, get ready, you're about to get sick. I say, young lady, I would beg but a moment of your time. Somehow I doubt that young lady was targeted by the charlatans we seek. Aye, it is true. I too was taken in by the false promises of those awful, awful men. Long have I yearned for a chance to meet Sir... I actually don't know how you say any of the Heavensward's names. Sir Velguin? Velguin? So when they said that I finally could, I didn't hesitate for even a moment. But when they escorted me to the manor and undid the blindfold, I looked upon the hideous faces of those so-called grand sirs. I screamed and fled. They were gone when I returned with the watch, but their neighbors said that they had overheard them speaking about seeking shelter in a place called Idleshire? I know it's not much, but I pray this information helps you in your search. My lady, I swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall not rest until these dastardly fiends are punished for their foul crimes. Huzzah! 3 cheers for Papa Hildy! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray. And there you have it! Our quarry can be found in Idleshire! Come, my loyal assistants! Justice waits for no gentleman! Well, that's all well and good, but I've never heard of this Idleshire. Have you? Yeah, I have. It's a place where goblins and people live together. You mean we're to travel to the Dravanian hinterlands? Right now, just like that? Yeah, let's go. I can teleport. I don't know how the rest of y'all are going to get there. But somehow you're going to beat me anyway, despite me literally teleporting. But yeah, welcome to Idleshire, or Idleshire. I forget which way the voice cutscenes say. I say Idleshire. But yeah, this place is full of goblins. This is their town now. But there's also people. Anyway, they're all out here. I love the goblins. They're so cute. This place feels somehow familiar, but I can't possibly have come here before, right? I mean, who knows? Ooh, can I keep one? I promise I'll walk him and feed him and put fresh herbs in his mask every day. They're sentient people, Nashu. So that was a harrowing journey. During which I felt certain that I would die horribly, or at least be forced to part ways with my precious bits. It's not that bad. I mean, sure, there's the Noth, which are bug people with guns, and some dragons and stuff, and angry goblins, but it's not that bad. Come on. Bloody waste of time. Truly, this magnificent settlement is a testament to the hard work and camaraderie of her Highlander and Gobby citizens. Yes, well, I'm just glad we're no longer being pursued by fire-breathing dragons, musket-wielding crabs, and bomb-throwing goblins. You know, the other ones. But they were no match for Lady Julian and that pan of hers, right? I want to see her make the bad gobbies fly again. For God's sake, Hildy, except for Lona, this lot would be dead in the ditch somewhere if it weren't for me. Nonsense, I would never let any harm come to my loyal assistant or my beloved son. If I may interject, no. That's weird. That flickering, because I was almost able to do it on command by moving my mouse. Because you guys see that, right? When, like, the pixels freak out for, like, a second and, like, do a different color. I wonder why that is. Because that time, at least, it didn't happen on this computer that I'm playing on. It happened on OBS's side. Which definitely means it's something about this game not doesn't like being captured, I think. Now then, let us split up and question the good people of Idleshire. My keen inspector senses tells me that one of them has knowledge of the false knights we seek. Alright, who are we talking to? People over here. Hey, Loud Jock, so you know anything? Yes, Loud Jock knows the Grand Sirs. Sneaky uplanders keep to themselves, mingle not with Gobby flock, but to each their own, Lord Loud Jock says. No questions, only jingly shine. I love the way they speak, too. The Gobbies are so cute. How do you two do? How blessed these goblins and treasure hunters and adventurers to feel they have the freedom to pursue their dreams and live as they see fit. Yeah, people who live here tend to like it. Hooray for everything! And you? Sorry you're looking city of vagabonds, cutthroats, and charlatans I've never seen. Don't you fall in with them, you hear? I'm losing her accent constantly. I don't know how you do accents. Ooh, even more name day gifts for me. Hell yeah. Actually, don't know where Seer is. I'm going to assume he's somewhere. Oh, nope, there he is. Could it be? Well, don't you look familiar? Oh, I know all about the Grand Sirs. They keep to themselves in that building of theirs south of the round spot. You best watch out, though. They're a dangerous bunch. Liable to kill you if you for looking at them cockeyed. It's entirely possible that I've gone completely and utterly mad, but are you perchance the long-lost twin sister of an Ishgardian noblewoman? What? Look behind you, a three-headed Goobu! Why do I feel like I've not seen the last of that woman? Because mayhaps we haven't. Oh, you must be talking about them Grand Sirs. They drifted into Idleshire some time ago, as I recall. Paid visits to the Great Library, though I couldn't tell you why. Psst. If only we had the testimony of a concerned citizen which could conveniently direct us to the villain's precise location. Hey, I kind of have exactly that. The Grand Sirs are holed up in a building on to the south of the markets. Good show for Lona. There, that's the one. Come, let's inform the others. Would seem no one is home. There is naught we can do but wait then.
Papa Hildy, I just want to say that I really like this place. I think that you and me and Mama Nashu could have lots of exciting adventures if we stay here.
You may be right, Gigi. This community seems to have fostered an enlightened, free society, welcoming of honest souls and willing to work and contribute to the greater whole. Did anyone happen to see a gazebo on the way in? As I live in Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Manderville. Could that be? I say, could that be Slowfix coin toss?
Do you know this Gobby, Inspector?
I most certainly do. Why, Master Slowfix was my very first employer. When traveling through Thunderland long ago, Gobbyflock was waylaid by Uplander bandits. With no jingly shine to pay brass blades, we had no way to back take goods. Until we make busy deal with Gentleman Uplander, that is. With fastness, he finds Uplander bandits and brings much bangy boom, and returns goodly Gobbies missing goods in great justice. Henceforth, Slowfix gains a new appreciation for Uplanders. But for chance encounter with Gentleman Uplander, he never conceives of egalitarian utopia. One may even claim Hildy, founding father of Eldershire, with metaphorical tongue of flaps, that is. Oh, the memories. It was a near thing, for the bandits were clever enough to see through my ingenious disguise as an innocent milkmaid. But in my haste to escape, I tripped over a barrel of fire sand and, as they say, boom, gobby, doom.
Core, no busy deals for the wicked.
No busy deals indeed. But leaving that delightful anecdote aside, ye gods, Master Slowfix. Just looking at what you and your flock have made of these ruins is making me big eyes. Gobbyflock has come a long way since wandering days, but we have not forgotten Gentleman Uplander's kindness. Slowfix is here to offer hand lending. Well, far be it from me to refuse. My son Gigi has grown quite fond of your magnificent city, and so I should like to stay here with him and my assistant for a time. We would not require much in the way of accommodations. A humble gazebo, for example, would more than suffice. Why settle for gazebo when perfectly good estate right behind you? Residents of building, in arrears, and Slowfix happy to evict them. But we are pursuing the fiends who lived here on suspicion of defrauding young women. Fraud and Slowfix's Illigarian utopia? This he will not abide. All the more reason to let Gentleman Uplander and his flock stay instead of Grand Sirs. No need for jingly shine either.
Huzzah! A giant gazebo to call our own.
I do not know what to say. Thank you, Master Slowfix. Thank you. No need for teary-eyed tongue flaps. Gobby Flock is possessed of moral obligation to repay Gentleman Uplander for past generosity. Enjoy new gazebo, and good luck with Hunt for Grandsirs. My Gigi speak is starting to infect my other line voices. Help. Help. This is the problem with voicing so many different characters. Certain like attributes I will give one character's voice, I'll start like accidentally bleeding into like other voices. I'm like, no.
Papa Hildy, this is our gazebo. Is it okay if I draw our family crest on it?
I can think of no better way to celebrate this joyous occasion, and perhaps draw the ire of our new home's former tenants. Come, let us go purchase some paints together. This gazebo shall be your canvas. Now he's gone and gotten himself a sodden gazebo. Bloody hells, if he really thinks I'm going to let him keep playing at being a father. I don't know how you're gonna do this in the rain, but I believe in you. Yeah, just geeky things. At least someone's staying limber. It's adorable, Gigi. It's adorable. Look at this family photo. And yet the Grandsirs don't come. Have an appointment to zip zoom off to, so we'll see you later. Think you won't make it back before the end of the stream, so have a good night. Okay. Hopefully your appointment goes all good. I know you're kind of falling apart at the seams, and so I hope you get some kind of resolution.
Yeah.
Literally falling apart. I hope you get better soon. But yeah, good luck with your appointment. Still no sign of the notorious Grand Sirs. I dare say we're going to need more paint. Hell yeah.
How do you like my family crest? Oh, maybe I should have also painted Grandpapa Godbird and Milady Julian.
Kiki's so talented, just like your grandpa. Most talented little baby. That old woman must have followed us here from Ishgard. She's involved in this, that much is clear, but the question is how? Even supposing I were to turn a blind eye to his shenanigans, this is no place to raise a child. Don't trust anyone over 60. Hildibrand has never been a patient man. As much as it pains me to admit, a gentleman's stamina is not without limits. I dare say I could do with a spot of tea.
Hey, Inspector, is it just me or have those two been looking at us for the past few minutes?
Oh, 'tis quite normal behavior for my Dorian fans, I should think. When finally presented with an opportunity to meet their idol in the flesh, all too many succumb to their fear and flee.
Or maybe, just maybe, they're the Grand Bloody Sirs? Come on, they're getting away!
Come on, Jillian, this is your adventure now too, I guess. Which side? East side. Gigi, you good?
They went that way, to the right. I'll catch up to you all soon, so just go.
Do you also have Vivi's thing for tripping? Poor little fella. You good?
Fury take me, I haven't run like that since Sir Charibert chased me up and down the steps of Faith, brandishing a flaming... Wait, where is Gigi?
Behind. Don't worry about it. He'll catch up.
Spare the flaming rod, spoil the milksop. Where could those two have gone to?
Hearken to me, you dastardly rapscallions! You have nowhere to run! Reveal yourselves at once! I shall not ask you again! Come forth, grand sirs! Name yourselves and answer for your misdeeds! The fact that they're getting dramatic music gets me every time. Slayer of 1,000,000 worms, the silver spear which hath pierced the very heavens, Orland! Master of magics, ancient and awesome, the divine hand which hath defeated all maladies and saved senescence and incontinence, Gone Spart! Grand Sirs, Excelsior! I don't know whether to cry or to laugh. Mayhap both. Both is probably good. Grandsires, Grandsirs, you stand accused of willfully and unlawfully convincing young maidens of Ishgard to attend private parties under false pretenses, thereby inflicting upon them terrible financial and emotional distress. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have come on behalf of these poor defenseless innocents, and to see that no others are made to suffer as they did. Now, come lay down your arms and surrender yourselves into my custody. The audacity of this boy. You should feel ashamed of your words and deeds. Nashu likes it. You will rule this day and rue it hard! Well, he is a dragoon. Dragoons live for the anime leaps. Gods, how I've missed this! The air streaming past, the blood pumping, the taste of copper on my lips, the slight dizziness. It was on a day like this that we met, wasn't it? When we soared into those azure skies and never truly came back down.
I would be concerned about the taste of copper and the slight dizziness.
Do mine eyes deceive? Pigsney of my heart, descended from Halone's halls to guide me to her bosom?
Hey, buddy, maybe don't go to your wife just yet. You're in the middle of trying to attack us, right?
My beloved, my everything! Long have I waited for this moment. Take me in your arms once more and lift me higher, higher, higher! Higher, higher, higher!
Jesus! I forgot about the cut! I forgot about the cut to just the fucking grave!
Arland? Arland! Arland!
Snake?
Snake?
Alas, poor Orland. I knew him not in the slightest, but he seemed a decent man. Chicanery and attempted murder notwithstanding.
You will rule this day and rue it hard!
So what actually happened? He went jumping off into the sky. His weapon came down. And so did he. Wait, I've seen this before, and all too recently. Yes, anyway, he's only mostly dead. If the Master of Magic's ancient and awesome here acts with all haste, the man may yet be saved. That means you, buddy. Did you not introduce yourself as such?
Oh! You were referring to me! I see, with all haste, was it? Yes, I'll get right on that. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me, the creature of the abyss, my thrall to mind to command that I may smite— wait, no, that's no good. Let's see. Something of rather less controversial tradition, yes. Something with more pep. Vortex of biting winds to rend the flesh. And smite my foes!
We spun him around a bit.
Foes? I thought you were friends!
Look, see, he's awake. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
Say, Renette, bugger me with a bleeding galbug. My back! Oh, my back! 'Twould seem I've underestimated you lot.
That makes two of us? Enough!
Leave them be, or do you not care what becomes of the mammoth? No, Gigi! Gigi, but when? How? I thought I recognized you. First in Ishgard, then in Idleshire. You've been following us since we left the capital. Fairer a face is fair and fearsome, the midnight shadow which hath deceived kings and queens. Doris! You can't possibly have been so naive to think that we would not see through your ridiculous disguises. And yet here you are, so... just throwing a little bit of healing magic at that guy's back. God, I think I need that. And yet here you are, so effortlessly and easily lured into our trap. For which we are most grateful, mind. My companions are hardly cut for life out on the road. All has been preparation for this moment. The parties, the petty schemes. From the first, the objective of this grand design has been the singular mammoth. I swear to you, if you harm Gigi in any way... We have no desire to hurt the boy, but we do require his help to reclaim what, which is rightfully ours. Our youth. How dare you! Confounded, I can't see! Damn, they're very slowly getting away.
Papa Hildy!
Gigi! Stay strong, my son. I swear I shall find you. Can we not just walk after them? They are quite literally just walking away. Do you think they're headed for the old mill? If not, can we go anyway? I haven't had cider in ages. Remind me again why we didn't just, you know. Because think of the drama. Think of the plot. The experience. Slowest getaway ever. Yep. Fine job he did protecting his mammoth of his, huh? 12, struck me down for a fool. So desperate I was to seize the Grand Sirs that I failed to discern their true intent before it was too late. And now, poor Gigi is in their clutches. What if I never see my beloved son again? I suppose we ought to prepare for the worst. They could be halfway to Razathan by now. I very much doubt that, given that they were moving at an adamantoise's pace. The milksop's right. Let's get after the little buggers. Huh, that's what my mentor used to call me. Amongst other things, all the memories. Hey, listen, if they can make a good getaway at that speed, mayhaps I could too. Because I cannot run for the life of me. I can walk briskly, kind of. Hi, how you guys doing? Mumble, mumble, mumble. What were your lines? Can I get them again? See? Death stalks us at every turn. Ma'am, can I see your dialogue again? That's not death, you fool. That's just some passerby. You mustn't act rashly. If they realize that they're being watched, they may attempt to flee again. Very slowly. Let me guess. Wondering why I haven't gone and smacked him upside the head and put an end to this rubbish, huh? There's a time for cracking skulls and a time for letting your idiot of a son deal with his troubles his own way, that's why. Fair enough. Think he's sleeping or just resting his eyes? Yes. To both. So, it seems the Grand Sirs have been caught once more by the very inspector that was trying to catch them. How ironic. Also how premature. We have them, yes, but they still have Gigi. Damn it, if only some manner of opportunity would present itself. Ask and ye shall receive. We can ambush that rising dragoon, take him hostage, and demand an exchange. Inquisitor Seer, you disappoint me. A gentleman cannot condone the violent kidnapping and ransom of his elders. No, no, we shall approach this problem as paragons of honor and virtue. For your alone us, we'll stalk and subdue the Grand Sir, and then relieve him of his armor. How is stripping an old man naked more gentlemanly than taking him hostage? Rest assured, I shall reveal all soon enough. Godspeed, Ferlona. Alright. I've done weirder things. Probably. I've done many things. In this game. Hey, listen, if my experience and judgment is anything, I'm an expert at stealing people's clothes. I knew you'd... Wait, who are you again? There's something awfully familiar about those muscular forearms, those strong yet tender-looking fingers. I say, would you be so kind as to massage my shoulders, young lady? There's this lingering ache, this tension that Gonspar can't seem to soothe with his magics. Remove my breastplate? Oh, of course, how silly of me. Pray, lend me a hand with the straps. Alright, sure. You want a massage, old man? I'm apparently very good at them. Truly, young lady, you are a saint. I swear, it's the little things you begin to appreciate. My dear departed wife used to help me with my armor, you know? Right, I should be seated to better receive your tender ministrations. Alright, you want a massage, huh? What if I gesture my hands in the air above you? Does that work? The healing tingle. Would that I had a tincture of salamander with which to treat these aches. My little pigsney used to spread some on my chest and under my nose to help me sleep through the night. Come, do not be shy. Work those soothing fingers into each and every knot. Slowly, make me forget my troubles. Can I do a Manderville questline where I don't have to massage someone, please? It's weird this has happened 3 times. Harder, higher. Close your eyes and dream. The old dragoon's soft snoring suddenly stops, and you begin to fear you may have borne witness to his final moments. Leaning closer, you extend a hesitant finger, only to stop short when a sudden spasm signals the resumption of his labored breathing. Well, sorry, buddy. I'm going to go steal all of your clothes and hope that you feel fine. With the utmost care, you remove Orland's sabatons and breeches, leaving the sleeping old man exposed to the elements and at the mercy of the nearby ravenous bears and tentacled morbles. May he rest in peace. Listen, so the ARR branch of Hildibrand I, enjoyed. It was this branch that made me go, oh wait, no, Hildibrand's fucking great. These quests are amazing. Oh yes, let's not even bother to discuss the moral and ethical implications, much less the legal ones. Okay, you're all saying the same things. Ah, my stalwart assistant. By your return, I gather you have taken care of the dragoon? And by taking care of, I mean afford him all due courtesy as befitting a man of his years, whilst returning with the equipment I require. Yep. Orland's armor, entrusted to you by its elderly owner that he may receive a vigorous massage. This suit of armor is surprisingly light and reeks of garlic. Why does it with old men and like stinky garlic smells in video games? Because in I think it's Vampire Survivors. Is that the game that just kills like the bit rate? Boops was playing it like months ago, I think, and like she was playing as like an old man, and I generally think his attack was like literally just garlic stink. Like that was his default attack. And I'm like, it's weird this has happened twice. They've associated an old man with garlic. At least, you know, twice to me that I know of. The old gray mare, she ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be, ain't what she used to be. Capital! Then without further ado, I shall disguise myself as Orland and free Gigi from captivity. But you two look nothing alike. They may be old and slow, but they're not blind. Ye, oh ye of little faith, you are in for a retreat, for you shall have a front row seat to this magnificent display of mandervillain, guile, and subterfuge. Hey, is it time for dinner yet? Or hey, is it time for dinner yet? Yours is more high-pitched.
We just ate, you daft bugger. Where the hell is Orland? I know he's gotta take a piss every hour, but damn it, could he at least be quick about it?
Thank God clothes just magically meld to whatever your body size is in this universe. Greetings, fellow antediluvians? Greetings, fellow antediluvians! I have returned! At least he took off the monocle as something of a disguise? Oh, bollocks.
It's about time.
Okay, no, that's bollocks.
Your things. I want us back on the road in 10 minutes.
But before we do that, we must first release the young Gigi here. His behavior unbecoming a gentleman to keep children in cages.
What the seven hells are you blabbering about? He's going to get away.
No, he will not. See? Still here, within my care. Right then, on a completely unrelated note, I shall now take the boy with me on a brief sojourn into the wilderness. Fury, take me, it's working! He's about to walk out of there with Gigi, and they won't even try to stop him. So far, so good. Uh-oh. I'm cold and there are more bulls after me.
Oh.
I'm me, but you're also me. That can't be unless... This is it, the moment when my life flashes before my eyes. Oh, my dearest Pigsney, we will be together at last.
Is now the time to be stretching? Ha-ha! It works! Hildibrand's a genius, actually.
Imposter! How dare you attempt to trick me with a ruse so hackneyed it would make a minstrel blush! It would make a minstrel blush!
Oh, ye gods, I never realized dying would hurt so much.
Hildibrand, get over here!
Now's our chance, Gigi. Come with me.
I'm so glad everyone's an idiot. Vivi, wait!
My son, what has gotten into you?
Vivi. Where have I heard that name before? Remember who you are, Vivi. What you are. A creation of the great Charlian Archmagus Quan. Quan, I was given life by Grandpapa Quan. I remember now, we lived together, and he taught me many things about the outside world.
What exactly do you remember, my son?
Everything. Yes, everything. I remember that Grandpapa Quan created me, that he took care of me, raised me, and that we were very happy. But then he abandoned me. Grandpapa Quan abandoned me. He believed you were flawed, Vivi, that you lacked the power to turn back the hands of time and make him young again. And so in his ignorance, he cast you out and died, all alone.
To turn back the hands of time, then what we witnessed in the Crochet? With the Duke's priceless vase. That power could be brought to bear on people? But wait, how do you know all this? You couldn't have possibly been associates of this Archmagus Quan.
We found his journals during one of our many trips into the Great Library. Scavenging for valuable relics is one of the few ways we have left to make a living. We were famed heroes of war in our prime, with fortunes to match. But no soldier has the strength to triumph over time, and before we knew it, the hour of the sheath was upon us. Ishgard no longer has need of our services. So we came here to eke out a living, to keep doing what we do best, until our bodies wouldn't let us. Imagine our surprise when we stumbled upon the opportunity of a lifetime. A second lifetime, as it were. A mammoth with the power to take back that which was broken and restore it to its prime state. To turn back time with its temporal magics and give us back our misspent youth.
Fairy, take me. This is all so... I don't even know if there's a precedent to determine whether or not this constitutes heresy.
We knew where to look even. With the journals, we determined that the mammoth was somewhere in the Western Highlands. A chance, for a second chance, was within reach. Then we were forced to watch as you imbeciles pulled Vivi from the snow, nearly ruining everything. Vivi, listen to me. Come with us and we can help you unlock your true potential. Just think what you could accomplish were you to master your magics. Not only could you make us young again, but you may even have the power to restore life to Archmagus Quan. V.
Impossible! No magic can truly return the dead to us. At best, you animate a corpse, and I need not review the precepts to declare that the products of necromancy are abominations in the eyes of the Fury. Gigi, wait! What of our adventures? What of our gazebo? You are a Manderville mammoth!
You have always been so kind to me, Papa Hildy, and I will forever be grateful for that. But Grandpapa Quan made me. He made me, and I miss him. So even if it fails, I have to try.
What are you doing? They're getting away. We have to stop them. Mayhap we must respect Gigi's decision.
So that's the end of the chapter, eh? You're giving up and coming back home?
I too made a decision long ago to become a traveling inspector, and I have ever stood by it. Mayhap it is from the singular stubbornness of mine that Gigi took inspiration. Nay, I cannot abide it. He is my flesh and blood. My son. I dare not let him use his temporal magics to pervert the natural order. Aye, it falls to me, his father, to ensure that Gigi keeps to the righteous path and only utilizes traditional methods of zombification to raise the dead. I'm glad to see you have standards, buddy. Inquisitor Seer, I must applaud your dedication to your work, and I cannot thank you enough for all you have done on our behalf. Yet I fear if we continue as we are, Gigi may be driven to rash action. Therefore, I would ask that you suspend your pursuit of the Grand Sirs for a time, that we might be afforded the opportunity to convince my son to return peacefully. Well, seeing as we can only guess at the full extent of Gigi's powers, it might prove dangerous to act aggressively should he choose to use them. I knew you would understand. Right then, there is no time to waste. Nashu, let us retire to our new gazebo and discuss our plans. I suppose it'd been a shame if he'd given up that easily. Though I suppose that means I'll have to stick around even longer. On the other hand, if that bloody mammoth's really got the power to make them young again, then... Ma'am, you're scaring me. But yeah, when I said that this branch had a massive Final Fantasy IX reference, I didn't just mean, oh yeah, we also have Gigi, you know, dollar store brand Vivi. It is straight up a Vivi with a Grandpapa Quan. I said I'd suspend my pursuit, and I will, but that doesn't mean I won't continue my investigation to that mammoth and its powers in Ishgard. Fine, we'll head back. I see you saw fit to return to the capital as well. The Inquisition has a rather large collection of heretical tombs, including many of Charlatan origin, and I had a mind to scour them for information on temporal magics. This, of course, all for the sake of confirming... This is, of course, all for the sake of Let me try again. This is, of course, all for the sake of confirming the mammoth's heretical origins. Yes, only that. Why are you looking at me like that? As if to imply that my interest in these matters is more than a professional one. I'm sure I don't know what you're not talking about. Thank you, Lona. That will be all. I believe that is the third Third chapter? What are we on? No, Gigi! Don't put him in a cage! The proud and the pointy-eyed. Seer is a man at the end of his tether. We need to speak, friend Lona. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since we last spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. Oh wow, we're actually at the last bit. This is the last chapter. There's only 4 for this one. I completely forgot. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alag is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Alagans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. 'Twas in these texts that I found reference to temporal magics once wielded by Alagan mages. Said magics could be used to halt, or even reverse, the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there's no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel was restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled as water as before? The very same every drop returned? Or would it be different water? Or would the water, once spilt, be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend, for even if one could use these magics to restore the dead, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead who have entered Haloni's halls cannot return. They cannot! Yet, Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlene texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient Alagan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from the ancient traditions, I suppose. But more recently, I learned the locations of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap we can find something of interest there, something which could help us persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Of course, I live for the misadventures. Excellent, then let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic! I beg your pardon. Are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Seer. I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. I saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all that for my investigation. Aha! You admit to your crimes. That you did, secretly, without permission, and blatant contravention of our rules, read forbidden tomes. And then, by virtue of the vessel vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine... You stupid, ignorant... Are you all so desperate to keep your goddamn jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it! We're better than that! Hey, little character development. If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I had no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps? And a way to help those in need. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? It's only a matter of time before that staring fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Idleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. All right, back to Idleshire. Shire, whatever. One of the two. All right, where are you guys? At the gazebo? Are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. God's damn it, Tony, I raised you to have some better sense than this. It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade Jigglyshine for supplies and whatnot, you see. And the Gobby's ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. Damn, Nasha, you're really good at Gobby speak. When the inspector learned about it later, he said that he had to go after them right away and back take Gigi. Said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that, he's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turn my back on that boy for one bleeding second and he loses his goddamn mind. I'm afraid he may try to do something reckless. What? Don't you think we should try to find him and offer handling? Because to your turn, I thought that was him speaking. My bad. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't we? You think we should try to find him and offer hand lending? I am rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack. Or worse, kill any of Hraesvelgur's brood. Hraesvelgur is a dragon. One of the seven, great worms, basically. But first things first, I suppose. Fernalona, would you be so kind as to assist Mistresses Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmage's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let's just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Huh. Could it be that the scrawny little shites finally found a spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there to ask after the Grand Sirs, so if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Good a plan as any. Good a plan as any. But yeah, Hraesvelgur is a dragon, but they're a good dragon. They, while they never did any efforts to stop the 1,000-year war between Ishgard and the dragons, they weren't, in favor of it. They just wanted to sit and mourn. Hildy practically grew up in the saddle. Gave him his firm thighs and buttocks, it did. Excuse me, ma'am? Right then, I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. Yeah, whatever accent I was doing for Julian is completely gone. Oopsies. Have you seen my dear baby boy? He's about yay high and prone to bouts of zombification. He kinda is, isn't he? Half zombification of sorts. Are you inside the house or are you around the corner? I don't know. Okay, you're back here. The Ishgardians with the mammoth, they were here proclaiming that to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. Gods only know if the nay fools were serious. Right? Good? Great?
Oh, look at the baby chocobo running around. The poor baby is still kind of stuck in its shell.
Oh, those daft sods? They were for Annex Shrine. Not sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. Annex Shrine, you say? Well, what does this last guy have to say? Three dragon slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet.
Nashu? Nashu, where are you?
The chocobos are so cute. I'm glad you guys are finding some use for that Enkidu emote. Because Lord knows it's such a specific emote. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Shrine. What is that pixel flickering? I don't know. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! Alright, do I dare teleport or do I just fly? I'll just fly. It's fine. But yeah, when I said that this branch is way shorter than the ARR one, because the ARR one is the longest, I wasn't kidding. Because again, we are in the final chapter, and this chapter only has 2 quests. Granted, the 2 quests are kind of long, but still, only the 2. Oh, I found one of the Grand Sirs! You sure did. He's in the ground again. Did Hildy do this? He usually ends up on the receiving end. The poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where did the other 2 get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly of me. I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free. Right, Fernlona? I can try. I certainly have the right height. Nashu just poking him. Nashu, that's not helping. Also, that's the inspector. Well, he's wearing some sort of magic mask that what makes him look like just like the inspector. Just like that man of 1,000 faces back in Ul'dah. No, that's Hildibrand, all right. No, there's no fool in a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Oh, hey, Godbert. How's it going? Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Seer. How'd the two of you end up traveling together? Blind fortune, you may say. I was too far from Tailfeather when the night began to fall, but fortunately, Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. You didn't attune when you guys were passing through to get to Littleshire? You could have just teleported. Lord Edmund has told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation. And a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely, Archmagus Quan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. At least you're getting rest out of this, I suppose? Well, I must confess no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But, ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't have happened if ye waited for us instead of... Wait, why the hell are you still wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, 'twould seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. Wait, do you mean that they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy! According to Archmagus Quan's notes, that's a sign of Gigi using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his aether will be expended and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. No, not Gigi! This is terrible news. We must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once. Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Nidhogg's already dead, I killed him. Really? All that happened? Huh. I meant the other one, Hraesvelgr. Hraesvelgr? Fury take me, what could they possibly hope to achieve? Uh-oh. We need to go save Gigi from himself. At least we found the inspector, right? I suppose so. After finally achieving peace after a thousand years of war, they want to kill Hraesvelgr? That doesn't make any sense. Hi. Oh, are you also doing Hildibrand? Well, he looks well enough, but I wonder. This person is also doing Hildibrand. Watching Hildy learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations. I suppose so. If I could turn back time, Hildibrand wishes to entreat your aid in a matter of grave import. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help. I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothes. Capital, I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Oh, I guess they're skipping cutscenes, though. How dare they? Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. Because there is no way they could get through that cutscene fast enough to teleport before I did. I say, what brilliant craftsmanship! How do they manage? Yeah, this place is really pretty. Spending too much time at this high altitude can't be good for my skin. Is that what your priorities are, ma'am? Huh. To think that I stand in the heart of Dravanian territory. Me. How long ago was I scouring the streets for heretics? Like, 3 hours ago. The disguises may be amazing, but nothing beats the classic Inspector look. Hell yeah. Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. It would seem my wounds are more serious than I thought. I fear I am in no condition to confront our foes. There is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mommy give her baby boy a massage? Oh, my dearest Mommy, Mother dearest, I would not oppose upon you. Not to when my ever-loyal associate, Fernlona, stands ready to administer my muscles. Am I just here to give massages to you, Mandrivils? Is that all I'm good for? Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mommy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Fernlona handle it. I can personally testify to the healing talents of her strong yet tender fingers. And I bet you can because of that one side quest. Julian's the only one we haven't had to give a massage to. In fact, this is the second time we have given Hildibrand a massage. If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Fernlona. Thank you. Probably shouldn't be doing this in gloves, but whatever, it's fine. Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil as you have done many a time before. Can this maybe not be a reoccurring thing? Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and time again? Oil me up, woman! God damn it. It rubs the oil on his skin. It does this whenever it is told. Oh, how it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now, knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. Okay. I'm gonna gesture my arms in front of you. Does that count? Such furious kneading! I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urged you to excessive force. Buddy, I am somebody who has killed dragons. If you want me to give it my all, you gotta prepare for that. Nay, you are in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast. Hold, my son, though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandervillian strength. Derived from the purest of essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville, Salamanderville. I forgot about Salamanderville. To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father. Now become a proud father. I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville! Could it be that the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine in the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man shall have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so, for by its grace did I once weather the slings of arrows of a bandit horde to bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The wicked heads, there we go. The time has come, Fernlona. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be. Sure. That's all I'm here for, I suppose. I am ready for my final oiling, Fernlona. Hell yeah. The best of the best for a Manderville man to rise up to the top as as the cream only can. For the lack of a logical plan, massage the Manderville man. Oh, the Salamanderville. How it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me. Massage me with all your might.
Okay.
Yes, that's the spirit. I can feel it building and rising. Can you not show your butt to me? Such passion, such fervor. I am the infernal unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. You're in the same pose. Massage Hildibrand once more with feeling. I am a Manderville man. That Salamanderville is, my word, I have never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Frelona, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn. Onward to zenith. No matter the laws of nature they pervert or the limits they break, the Grandsirs can do naught to stop me.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. And save Gigi from themselves. Let us dramatically walk. Nice superhero landing. Well, they've done it. They're young again. Are you two just here to watch? Okay. No, Gigi's eyes, they are pointy. Grandsirs, I have come for my son. Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There's no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood. And we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. You would condemn, you would doom countless innocents for glory. No, I won't allow it. Over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end.
Uh-oh.
Leave him alone! He's had enough! Up, there go his clothes. He just got changed! Oh god, he actually completed his high jump. Have faith, my love. He is our son. Do not underestimate a Manderville man's, resilience, I guess is the term. His clothes may constantly be in tatters, but the man himself will never go down. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look upon me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo.
Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi. I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my Grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more. More. I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back.
I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you can restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach.
That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be. Even Grandpapa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy.
Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die.
I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered.
As they should be, Gigi. For my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believe they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the inspector. Because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer, and it is for the self-same reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your hearts, you knew there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved Grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration.
Then what about the Grandsirs? Why was I able to make them young again?
All you truly knew about them were the stories they told. Wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in their prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them such.
That's all they really ever talked about when they were young and free and full of fire.
At first, Archmagus Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving him as anything other than an elderly creator. And that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world. No longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality.
But I still lost my memories in the end.
He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmagus Quan could ever have dreamed. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free.
Free to do what?
Whatever you like, Gigi, don't you see? It was his final gift to you. A new life. A new story, all your own. This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't, at any rate. We have suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you are so perfectly positioned... You were going to kill the dragon by collapsing towers on it? It would hurt, but I don't think that would kill. Might hurt us, though. Might hurt us real bad. The pose! The eyes!
I am Vivi, grandson of Archmagus Quan, and Gigi, son of Hildibrand, Hildibrand, Maximilian Manderville, and this is my story!
I forgot to do the up and down of the inflection of the tone, but it's fine because I knew that line was going to go by really fast, so I was like, I need to read it, just go. Also, isn't This Is My Story a Final Fantasy X thing? Never played a Final Fantasy, so I don't know. So that's Godbert's ideal form to Vivi. And Julian's ideal form. God. It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for us all. He made us all as we once were, as we were meant to be. After all that gallivanting, I get bugger all. What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Such a fine day. I have never squatted with such perfect form. I may as well cheat my physical peak. Ah, what rot. Act your age, you old doff sod. You look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance. To relieve our glory days. Hey, Queen, welcome to the end of this branch of Hildibrand. It was all rather silly, though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young, but now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. You're a blind, bloody fool, Gonspart. It's fine, you're too dead to care. Oh no, what happened? You good? I say, am I dead again? Quite alive, Inspector. Along with everybody else, thanks to Gigi. The Gridsters are also in her custody. Illustrations happened, I see. Wanted to make 3 drawings this month and you rarely able to finish 1 before the end. Yeah, that happens. Motivation to draw is a fickle thing, and it often likes to strike me at like 2 a.m. when I'm like, I need to be going to bed. I can't draw right now. And if I try to draw any other time, it's just like, nope. Not having it. That's my boy. Where is the little tyke anyway? Gigi embarked on a new adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. If that is what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I am sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way. What do we do now, Inspector? Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide world beckons to us, with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps one day, we shall meet young Gigi again. Hate to admit it, but this whole mess has got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you have become. And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully. Gracefully, was it? I fear we may have had a failure to communicate! Damn, nice spin. There he goes again. Wait for me, Inspector, wait! Yeah, home run. Hark, what is that curious light I spy in far eastern skies? And this also familiar scent which fills my nostrils. Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wrong want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there, till we meet again. Off he goes. Team Rocket blasting. It's not even about motivation for once, you literally just didn't have the time. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that also was rough. Always wanting to draw like during school, but then having like so many assignments that I just couldn't. I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead. That's right, so dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about. He has fallen into a dormant state because he used up all his ether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient ether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend for the child for now. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead. A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yeah, it was my duty. After everything I said to that young inspector, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in a jail and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright. Yeah, you're kind of a wanted man there. So go to Idleshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no? doesn't actually sound all that bad, actually. So glad I'm able to accept your offer. Suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down. I mean, you're the one who flung him this time. 'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch. Why are you three smiling? You guys are about to be arrested. I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the Grand Sirs to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildibrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come and see me. There will be a few arrangements I need to make, but I can't imagine that'll take that long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend. Till we meet again. Hell yeah. Hopefully you enjoy your new home now that you've been completely ousted from your previous one. God, they're fast. Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Yeah, you're kind of a dick 4 hours ago. Before I took on this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you, the inspector in Gigia, I would have never realized how much I've come to hate my job. Nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth. The whole truth. One might say that I'm getting labeled a... Oh god, I have hiccups, excuse me. One might say that getting labeled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, I'm now free to start a new life here in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. Good for you, buddy. But enough of that. There's someone I'd like for you to meet. Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb ambient ether more effectively over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you when sharing your great adventures, that maybe it would hasten his awakening. Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. Yay! And that's Hildibrand, or Heavensward Hildibrand, rather. Again, so this is like Hildibrand Manderville. Nashu Makaraka, Seer. I actually don't know what his last name is. I can't read that. That's Godbert Manderville and Julian Manderville. They have their own alphabet, but it is one-to-one with English. The Grand Sirs. Orlon, Doris, and Gonspart, I think. Actually, don't know which one that was. That's Edmund for Tom. Sierra's now wearing a blue version of that's his Gigi. Hildibrand's outfit. Good for you, buddy. I guess that's just the inspector outfit. I think the bloody text said gentle deadman because he's also standing right there. He was there for a second. Hildibrand will return? Yes, he will. There's one more branch until you guys catch up. But yeah, after completing that one quest, the gazebo to call our own, even if you're not in the current quest line, Gigi's little family portrait will always be here. And it's adorable. And I love it. It's just part of the world state now. I like how Gigi drew himself smiling even though he doesn't actually have a mouth. It's very good. I love this so much. I love it so much. But yeah, that is Hildibrand. Unless you guys have any, like, questions or whatever about this game, I guess I might just end stream. Because, like, there's, like, this one trial I kind of want to show off to you guys because it's a Monster Hunter reference, but neither Boops nor Splinter are here anymore. So, I feel like I should wait until at least one of them is here. But yeah, for, where the heck is it? For completing, this branch of Heavensward, you get... Nope. Where are you? Where are you? I don't know. You do get a little, minion of Gigi that can follow you around, as, you know, implied by Seer at the end. And if you idle, he does his little hat fidget. Are we not good enough for you now? No, it's not that. It's just that I know Boops and Splinter are really into Monster Hunter, and so it's like I would like for them to see it in particular. Because I can show off that fight solo, probably, kind of. Maybe. Yeah, and then again, there's like these titles that you can have. At the moment, I have Sworn Protector. After completing this, you also get Gigi's best friend. I mean, if you guys really want to see the Monster Hunter fight, I guess I could do it now, and then if they show up again later in another Hildibrand stream or 14 stream, I can show it again then. Can I solo the Monster Hunter fight? That is going to be the question, because if I just queue for it, I know it's going to take a while. Don't care the way I was joking. I know. I know. I enjoy our fake arguments. love you guys. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna call it then. Kind of a shorter stream, but it's fine. I may or may not be catching a cold. Which is unfortunate. Would be a point to doing it if you actually felt upset about it. Yeah, no. I'm never actually upset. I can do fake anger, like turn on fake anger really easily. like having to like defend myself, I can turn that on, just be all like, what do you mean? As we often are in our little arguments. But yeah, that is going to be it for stream. Let's see if there's anyone to raid now that we are slightly early. Oh, wait. Isn't there a state of play going on? That's a thing, isn't it? I think that's a thing going on. Whatever. It's fine. I don't know who to raid, so I'll just end it. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out and not entertaining me. What's the word? What's the word that I'm looking for? I guess it is entertaining me. For basically indulging, letting me indulge myself. That's it. And going through these Hildibrand quests. These are streams that are 100% meant for me, but I'm glad y'all are here watching them. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Hope you have a good night, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Hope you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all on Sunday for more Final Fantasy IX with the actual Vivi. Bye-bye.